everyone, welcome back to my channel Skillup Tutorials one lesson at a time. In today's video, I am going to explain about non-primitive data type. Firstly, what is meant by non-primitive data type? Non-primitive data types in JavaScript are complex data structure that are designed to store collections of data or more complex entities. I will explain what is meant by collections of literal data a little bit later. Then they are mutable and stored by reference. Mutable means you already know that mutables means that can be changed. Then what is meant by stored by reference? I will explain with an example. For example, let x equal to 10. Mm, this is primitive data type as you can observe, and in my last video I explained this concept also. Let y equal to x. When we do like this for primitive data type, the value is stored. That means stored by value. This is called stored by value. But then what is this? This is called stored by reference. Stored by reference. Reference means address. By address, it will be stored. That means, for example, if I try to change the value of x, here y value will not be changed in primitive data types. As we come to non-primitive data types, these are stored by reference. If I try to change the value of x, then y value will also be changed. This is called stored by reference. This is not required for us because we are discussing about non-primitive data types. There are three types in non-primitive data types that are object, arrays, and functions. These are the three in non-primitive data types. In today's video, I will explain only object and how to add objects and how to delete them and how can we access. Okay, objects are collections of property value pairs. If you learn Python, you heard about key value pairs. Key value. If not, no problem. I will explain that property value pairs and they are separated by commas and the keys may be strings or symbols as these values can be any type. I will explain this in execution so that you can understand it more. In values, you can include objects and functions also. I will explain this in execution. And these objects are written in curly braces. And it is common to practice to declare the objects with constant keywords. We need to declare the objects using constant keyword only. This is recommended. You may get one doubt. Here you are saying constant and but here you said mutable. Mutable means changeable. Constant means we cannot change it. Then how these two are linked? You may get this doubt. I will explain this. Constant means the object is constant. Mutable means the values in the objects are mutable, but the object is not mutable. I will explain this in execution so that you will get a clarity. Okay. Then how to define JavaScript objects? Here we have two methods to define. The first one is object literal and the second one is by using new keyword. Okay, now let's go to the execution so that you will understand these two. Here you can see the difference. Here I am writing test and here I am executing the code. What is the difference? The extension of this file is MD. MD means markdown. Here I can write description text, anything you can write. This is not executable. As we come to this file, this is JavaScript JS extension. So here we can run programs. Okay, let's write object literal. Then now let's declare a object like const. As I said before, we need to use const. I'm taking a person. As I said before, we need to use curly braces to declare them. And as I said before, these are property value pairs. Let's take first name of the person. I am taking the first name as like John. Here I am taking the string and this is called property and this is called value. As I said before, comma separator and the person will be having last name also. So last name is, let's take here the values are string, so I am mentioning them in double quotes. You can mention them in single quotes also. And the age is 50. As you can see here, this data type is number, this data type is string. We can use anything, combination of all data types also, we can use it here. Like this, we can declare. And the next way to declare is by using new keyword. How can we do that? New keyword. Let's take const. I'm using another variable p equal to like first name like ls and the last name. See, as you can see, I'm changing the property names also, and the age is here. You can see I am using colon to differentiate property and value. Let's take 45 years. Now, if we want to display this, we can directly use console.log of person, and also you can print comma separated also log of p. Now let's save it and run this. As you can see, these are property and values. This is how we can create and declare the objects. And let's try one more thing like const person. I am giving the same name, see, but I will change the values. Like first name is some ABC and the last name is some BCD. Age is 76. Now let's see what happens. Already here you can see error will come. Here you can see, let me show the output. Person has already been declared. That means you are not supposed to declare one's word. That means constant cannot be changed. This will be stored by reference and you are not supposed to change this. So we cannot change this. But we can change the values. That means values means these are the values. We call it as values. We can change or update this. Now let's do person dot age equal to 76. Now let's see what happens. See, the value was updated. Before it was 50, but here we can see 76. The value was updated. And I will show one more thing. This is how we can access and we can update also. Let I will differentiate this update. Then, then now let's see how can we add new values to the existing object. Now let's say person dot country equal to India. Again, I'm just using the code. This is how we can add the values and now let's display it once again. And if we want to access, how can we access by, let's see, like console dot log off, you can use like person dot, let's display age. You can do like this or you can do one more thing, console dot log off person of age. In these two ways we can access. Now let's see. Let's save it and run it. Yeah, we got error here. Let's see. We need to give this in quotes, I think. Let's try save it and run it. Yes, now you can see. Here we are giving the name of the property, but we need to include within the double quotes. Within the quotes, you need to do like this. Here, like this, we can access. Now let's see what actually happens. Added new values. Now let's see. We added country. Here you can see country was added. And how can we access this person dot age 76 and person dot age is 76. Like this, we can access. Okay, now let's see how can we delete some values from the object. Like delete space person dot age. That's it. Or you can use delete space person of now let's say country because age is already used. If we try to use 1 second, we will get an error. Now let's display what happened. Does it deleted successfully or not? Let's see. Let's save it and run. Yes, you can see here. Yeah, I will display one more time so that you will get a clarity. Save it and run it once again. Yes, you can see here we deleted the age. Here age is missing. See, age is missing. And here we deleted the country. Country is missing. Like this, we can delete. Then now let's see how can we use nested objects. Nested means a object inside another object. Now let's see. Here we have taken person. Let's take person as the example. Or else we can create one more thing. Let's create one more thing like const colors. Let's take colors. Like I have pink color. I want 5 and I want black. Who likes black? My friend. So I will give her name like for example Gargi and yellow like 65. This is just an example. And how can we add objects in this? Now just keep comma and let's add cars. That means this is property. This is property and keep a colon. And here you can add the type of cars like let's take C1 as BMW and comma C2 as let's say Maruti. This is just an example. Here you can see the difference also color was changed. This is one property. In one value, I am using a collection of cars. Let's say here I used colors and here cars and these are the types of cars I have C1, C2, C3 and inside this this is like one object. Inside this you can observe this is one property, this is second property and these are also values and when we compare this to the cars this all becomes one value for this. Now let's see how can we access nested objects. It's just simple. I will show console like console.log off if I want to print all the cars like person what we will do for getting access for cars just person.cars. That's it. Let's see this so that I will go in depth after this, let me show. Wait, let me see here. I use a person, but person doesn't contain cars, no. So here, what was the object name? Colors. So use colors. Okay. Now let's save it and execute this. Now let's check. See, you can see it here. C1 is BMW and C2 is Maruti. And if I want to, like, if I want, what does C1 have? Just add one more dot and give the property name. That's it. Nothing more than that. You can see BMW. Like this, we can access this. And now let's see functions. How can we add functions inside the object? Now function. Let's take something. What can I take? Let's take Skillup equal to same as like before. Just add a one comma b. Anything you can take. This is just an example. I want to explain the concept, so I'm taking like this. Now let's say C of. Now let's take any function. Function. How can we declare function? We declare function like this. In my next videos, I will explain how to declare the functions. Okay. Let me take this dot a. A means this means current function. Okay. In this current object, I was taking, so I'm mentioning this dot a plus. I can use some space, and now let's take b. Okay. B, this dot B. Like this, we can declare. Don't forget to keep semicolon here also. Like this. Okay, now let's print this console dot log off. You can directly take Skillup, and I will also show how to take that. Okay, Skillup dot C. Here you need to add brackets because this is a function. Before that you didn't add this, but now I am adding this because this specifies that the value of the property is function. So save it and run it. Here you can see, but this was not displaying. Let me check. Okay, I need to add return because we are written when we try to do something in the function, we need to return or we need to display something. Okay, you will get this when I tell about functions. Yes, you can see here what does Skillup means. All these are displayed. Here you can see in C it shows function. This is a function. It is mentioning that, and it is showing that properties name. Okay, like this it will show. And here you can see Skillup.c function. C function was executed successfully and shows the values 1 and 2. Like this we can do. Okay, I will now tell about one more method which we can use here. As you can see here, we updated the value. If you don't want to update the value, you can mention one method, that is object dot freeze method. This freeze method is present in object class. You can use the object's name person. Now let's see what happens. Here I want to freeze. That means I don't want to change and update the values in the person object. See here I updated the value, but you can't uh, see that the value is updated. Now let's check this, run this. And here you can see, here if I try to print also, see I changed the value as 76. Here I printed the value 2 times. Here you can see 50 is printed. That means the value was not updated. Not only age, first name and last name, you can't even update any properties value in this person's object. So like this, you can also use this method. This is all about objects. And I hope you understand. If you have any queries, please comment below. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.